My name is Wade. I'm the sales manager here at Skunk River Cycles, and Ames is a wonderful place to commute. So today I want to talk about commuting, especially because here at Skunk River Cycles we see a lot of college students who use the bicycle as their main mode of transportation. So I want to talk today about the type of bikes people can use for commuting, what you can wear when you commute, and some of the nice accessories that make commuting a little easier and more pleasurable to do. So let's start off with the types of bikes. In essence, you can commute on any bike, but some bikes make better commuters than others, and I have 3 examples here today in the shop. The first example is the one that's in front of me, which is basically a modified mountain bike that, in order not to be as bent over as what a mountain bike requires of its rider, has some upright handlebars installed to give the rider a more comfortable and upright riding position. The advantage of the upright riding position is it allows the rider or the commuter to look around and be more situationally aware. They can see traffic and they can see other users if you're riding on the bike path. So having an upright riding position is a nice thing to have on your commuter bike, and that's what you're going to see with the other 2 examples that I have behind me here. First bike here is actually Ron's bike, the owner of Skunk River Cycles. He commutes on an older Raleigh 3-speed, and again he has a little bit more of a bent over riding position, but it's fairly upright. The advantage of a 3-speed would be the fact that you have a simplicity in the drivetrain, and all the gears of the bike are inside the hub shell and protected from the weather and require very little maintenance or adjustment. So he has a nice comfortable saddle, he has comfortable grips, he has a bell to allow people to know that he's approaching, and he has lights, fenders, and racks, which I'll talk more about here in a moment. Also behind me is another example of a bike that another employee here at the shop commutes on. This is a cyclocross bike. Basically it's a road bike that has cantilever brakes that give you more clearance, and with that extra clearance you can fit fenders on it, you can fit wider tires, but you also now have the advantage of a drop bar. So this rider has a little bit more of a bent over riding position, but they get the added comfort of multiple hand positions on their commute on their bike. So it's a little bit faster, and you can be a little bit more comfortable because you get multiple hand positions. So either a 3-speed bike, a mountain bike that's been modified, or a road bike with wider tires and good clearance any of those bikes would make great commuter bikes for getting around town. As I mentioned earlier, though, there's some accessories on these bikes that would also make commuting a little bit easier. And if you notice, all 3 of these bikes all have fenders on the bike. What makes a good fender for a commuter bike is the fact that they become as a full fender, so they cover up a considerable part of the wheel. They keep the rider dry and clean. All 3 of these bikes have rear racks, and if you notice, what racks allow the commuter to do is be able to carry extra cargo, or more importantly, get the weight of the cargo off the rider. So we have waterproof bags, like you see on the Surly here. Other than waterproof bags, you also have standard panniers, like what you see on this bike here, that again allows you to carry a variety of items, from groceries to books to your raincoat if you think it's going to be rainy that day. And other items. And finally, because again Ames is a university town, you can also get a class of bag that you can keep your laptop in, like the shoulder bag here. That's a nice book bag, a nice computer bag, but just clips right onto the side of your rack, and allows you then to ride to your destination. And then once you get there, all you're doing is unclipping it from your bag, and you're off to the classroom or off to the office with your items. So additionally, some other accessories which are helpful for the commuter would be lights. If you look at all 3 of my examples here of commuters, they all have a nice bright handlebar light on the front of them, and they all have a nice tail light. And finally, probably one of the 2 other items which are worth noting is types of pedals. If you again look at our examples here, on this bike you have the rider who's using toe clips, which allows him to wear any pair of shoes that he wants while he's riding, but the toe clip keeps his foot in the optimal place for cycling. Or you could go for a very large platform pedal, which again allows you to wear any type of shoe that you want, but it gives you a big
platform with a lot of knurliness about it, I should say. Has some teeth to it that allows you to push
against for efficiency and for comfort.